First of all, I want to welcome everybody to our virtual Christmas celebration to celebrate the season. And my name is Lisa Torgerson, and I'm the Director of Leisure Travel Services for Travelex International. And we want to just thank you all for joining us this evening and spending an hour with us just to spread some good cheer. So tonight I have Kim Ruley. She's one of our team here at Travelex International, and she's going to take us through some Christmas markets around the world, as well as some Christmas traditions. And we also have Ursula Pearson, who will be joining us, and she is actually the president of Travelex International, but she's going to be our translator for these German words that Kim and I have trouble pronouncing. So Kim, I'm going to turn it over to you and we can get started.
Okay, you can hear me, right?
Yep, I can hear you.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us. This is definitely a different year this holiday season. We aren't having our holiday parties. Some of us haven't seen our families in a while. Most people aren't traveling. So tonight we are going to celebrate the holiday season the best way we know how, by virtually visiting some of the best Christmas markets around the world and sharing some holiday cheer. There are literally thousands of Christmas markets around the world, so we had to limit ourselves to just visiting several of them tonight. Otherwise, we would be here all night long. We will start in Germany, which is the birthplace of Christmas markets. Then
Hey, Kim,
yeah.
Do we want to tell them about the Q&A box and the chat box?
Oh, yeah, I will.
Okay.
We will then move on to other famous markets around Europe. We'll fly back to the United States and visit some of the best Christmas markets in the US. And finally, we'll end tonight with some fun New Year's traditions from around the world as we look forward to the end of this year and look forward to the future of 2021. So yes, this is an interactive party. So use the chat box at the bottom of your screen, or use the Q&A if you have a question, and Lisa will be monitoring those. Maybe we'll have everyone just type hello in the chat box now so that everyone knows how to use it.
And make sure that it's to all panelists and attendees.
Yes. Okay, do you see some people?
Yep, I see them. Yep, they're all saying hello.
All righty. To get started, hopefully everyone received Ursula's recipe for Gluhwein. Maybe you can type yes if you're drinking that with us tonight, or if you aren't, share what you're drinking: hot chocolate or tea, maybe beer, wine, or water, or nothing. But if you do have something in your glass, I thought we could start off with a virtual cheers, or Prost in German. Prost. One of the traditions at the Christmas markets is the Gluhwein mug. When purchasing a drink at the Christmas market, it will be sold to you in a ceramic glass or clay mug. These mugs will be decorated and may feature the name of the town of the Christmas market. There may also be a different design each year, and they're sometimes in unique shapes like boots or snowmen. Beyond being cute, they help cut down on the trash at the markets. You will actually pay a deposit for the mug, usually in the amount of 2 to 3 euros. In some cases, they'll give you a little plastic marker, and this helps indicate which stall you can return the mug to. When you return the mug, you'll be given back your deposit, or you can simply keep the mug as a souvenir. So essentially, Gluhwein roughly translates into Gluhwein, is wine and spices, usually sugar, cinnamon, nutmeg, cloves, and oranges, heated up to just before boiling point before drinking. Gluhwein is very popular in German-speaking countries. Many European countries have their own twist on Gluhwein. The Dutch people prefer lemons to oranges. In Moldova, they add black pepper and honey. In Quebec, they make it a little bit more Canadian friendly by adding maple syrup to the wine. And in Germany, there are a few different variations. One is made with white wine rather than red. And you can also find a non-alcoholic versions of Gluhwein called Kinderpunsch. You will find other hot drinks at the Christmas markets, such as warm mead, which is fermented honey and water with various spices and fruits added. There's warm cider, and hot chocolate is also a common drink, topped with whipped cream instead of marshmallows. And then we have this. This is where I'm going to need Ursula's help with that word.
That is Feuerzangenbowle.
Okay. Okay, that literally translates into fire tongues punch. This drink is similar to Gluhwein, except it is served in a special cup that has a little indentation in it. Within that indentation will be placed a sugar cube with rum poured over it. It is then set on fire. It is especially beautiful to watch at night with its bluish flame glowing in the dark. Now that we have our warm Christmas market cocktails covered, let's start our journey by talking about how and when Christmas markets originated. The first winter market of its type started in Vienna way back when in 1298. The winter market was a two-day market where townspeople could stock up for winter. These winter markets spread across Europe. Here is a picture of current day Vienna market. Vienna is located on the Danube River. It currently holds 20 different Christmas markets in their city. As a little side note, I don't know how many of you watch Hallmark Christmas movies, but I do. And this year there is one called Christmas in Vienna. The star of the movie is definitely the Vienna backdrop. They filmed the movie right there on location in Vienna last December. I've watched the movie and I'll admit it's not the best Hallmark movie ever, but it was really fun to watch the different locations around Vienna at Christmas time. So back to Germany, where the winter markets became known as Christmas markets. These are the names for them, Ursula.
Weihnachtsmarkt.
Okay. And
Christkindlmarkt.
Okay. And this is a picture of Dresden.
Strieselmarkt.
Strieselmarkt. Okay. This Dresden is considered the first genuine Christmas market in the world. It was founded as a one-day market back in 1434 to provide citizens of Dresden with meat for the Christmas meal. It celebrated its 585th anniversary last year in 2019. Over the centuries, this market has developed into a huge event with 240 stands, and it attracts about 30 million visitors from all over the world. The market gets its name from a type of German cake sold at the market. There are two traditional items found at Christmas markets everywhere, and they are in this picture. First, we have the Christmas tree over here on the right, and then we also have the Christmas pyramid, which is there on the left. Germany is credited with, oh, sorry, there's the name of that.
Die Weihnachtspyramide.
Thank you so much.
Easy for her to say.
Exactly. Thank you so much for saying that for me. Okay. Germany is credited with starting the Christmas tree tradition back in the 16th century when devout Christians brought decorated trees into their homes. It is widely held belief that Martin Luther, the 16th century Protestant reformer, added lighted candles to the Christmas tree. I'm just curious to know how many of you still use a live Christmas tree in your homes. Do we have some responses?
No, not yet. If you want to type, if you have a real Christmas tree
Okay.
today, if you could just type yes, that would be great.
So we will move on to the German Christmas pyramid.
So we do have a couple of people that have responded. Yes, it's the only type I ever had. Yes, I have a 3-foot spruce tabletop tree.
Nice.
And then somebody else has a wreath, and somebody said only real in capital letters.
Only real. All right. This is a picture of the German Christmas pyramid at one of the markets. But the Christmas pyramid was a low-cost substitute for a real Christmas tree back in the late 1700s. Some people built Christmas pyramids out of wood and decorated them with evergreens and candles if wood was scarce. The traditional German Christmas pyramid, as seen at the markets, is made of wood and can have up to 8 different levels. Each level is decorated differently. The layers have a purpose, not just to be decorative. Each of them is a separate part of the nativity story. The heat from the burning candles turns a windmill-like rotor at the top of the pyramid, making the pyramid's carousel-like platforms revolve, and it also rings its chimes. So I'm wondering if anyone has a decoration that looks like this. My family had the angel chime, also known as an angelabra, on which is the one on the left, as a form of a Christmas decoration popular in Europe and in North America. The angel chimes tradition in the United States started about 100 years ago when immigrant families brought German angel chimes.
Okay, so someone has the one on the left from Sweden,
Oh,
and somebody else said yes.
nice. Okay. All right.
And then, oh, here's another one. Yes, I have several of the traditional German ones.
Nice. Okay, now we'll move on to Nuremberg, one of Germany's most famous Christmas markets. It's located a couple hours north of Munich. I have a short 5-minute video from their Christmas market last year that really captures the sights of a European Christmas market in general. I have a few videos that we will watch tonight. The volume is lower on some of them and louder on others, and I unfortunately can't really control that. So this first one just plays music in the background. So maybe you can adjust your volume during the video. And it's not starting where it's supposed to. There we go.
I'm not hearing the sound, Kim, at all.
There we go.
Oh, there we go.
That video actually goes on for about 10 more minutes, but
Well, I don't know about anybody else, but now I'm hungry.
yeah, exactly.
Oh, and somebody said you are killing me by showing me the food before dinner time.
Okay, so most Christmas markets usually have a St. Nicholas or Santa Claus. St. Nicholas Day, also called the Feast of St. Nicholas, is observed on December 6th in Western Christian countries. On the evening of December 5th, children leave their shoes out in hopes to find small gifts on the morning of December 6th. Most people know who St. Nick is, but do you know about his sidekick? This is Krampus. Krampus is believed to be the scary assistant of the kind St. Nicholas. The Krampus rattles his chain in a terrifying manner to reprimand stubborn and naughty children. There are some events at Christmas markets called the Krampus Run. This is a really cool picture from the Krampus Run in Munich. This tradition dates back 500 years to a tradition from the Alpine regions and has recently once again become very popular, especially among young people. The elaborately designed costumes can be recognized by their two-horn mask. One costume costs between 1,800 and 2,500 euros. The Krampus outfits are not only expensive, but they're also very heavy to wear. A mask can easily weigh up to 22 pounds. So I have a quick fun video about the tradition of the Krampus Run.
Everybody knows jolly old Saint Nick. He's the bearer of good tidings and cheer. Well, in Austria, he's not alone, and we don't mean Rudolph. These are Krampus, a sort of monster that travels with St. Nick. They scare away bad spirits and look for naughty kids to punish, making Christmas a whole lot scarier. People in Europe have been welcoming the Christmas season by dressing as Krampus for hundreds of years.
I am Ralph Herzog, and I'm the oldest Krampus here in town, Altenmark. On the 5th of December, we came to the childs in their homes, and the good one gets some sweets from the Nicolo, and the bad ones get hit with the whip from the Krampus. Then we go from house to house for 5-6 hours. And after we visited all the children in Altenmark, there's a little run with all Krampus together.
The story of St. Nick and Krampus goes back to 375 AD, and the costumes and traditions haven't changed much since.
The dress from the Krampus is made of wool from the sheep. The masks are made of wood. And so when you're walking around to all the children, to their houses for some hours, you really will get sweat. It's like a workout. It's funny to go into the houses from the people. Their reaction is different. Some childs are not scared, come to you and grab to a fur, and other ones screaming and running away. The Krampus is a good reason to change the mind from the children, try to be good for the next year. I'm dressed as Krampus this year the 15th time. I'm very lucky to go every year. I'm very proud to be a part of this whole tradition.
So that was a little terrifying if you were kids.
I think my kids would have been good if they knew that was coming to our house.
Exactly. Okay, so as I mentioned before, there are thousands of Christmas markets in Europe. There are approximately 1,400 markets in Germany alone.
Oh, wait, Kim, there's a nice response to the Krampus.
Uh-huh.
I think I have seen some of them after a long night out with friends.
So a big question is how to visit the Christmas markets in Europe, because there are so many and they're so spread out. Some of them are, some of them aren't. So we will talk about some of those. One, obviously, is the river cruise, which we will come back to. But first, we are going to talk about an escorted tour. And Lisa, you want to go ahead and talk a little bit about
Yeah. So there are many different ways to visit the Christmas markets in Europe. And it's really your choice on how you want to do it. The first way is you could take an escorted tour like the one here with Colette, one of our partners, where you travel together with a group, you have a guide. Everything is pretty much mapped out. You'll have some free time, but pretty much you don't have to really worry about too much. So that's just one way. And then and then the other way is we can do a customized itinerary for you. So if you are interested in visiting specific areas and you don't really like being with a group and you like to travel independently, we can handle all the arrangements. Everything from, you want to slip to the, yeah, there you go. Everything from doing your rail to excursions or, nightly entertainment events or renting your own car and hotels. So we can kind of take care of everything. And basically, no matter which way you do, we start with having an in-depth conversation about what it is that you want to experience and then making the recommendation on the best way to do that. And then another option is river cruising. And there are many different river cruise companies and they all have slight differences and there's not a, one size fits all with that. So there again, that would be a conversation that we would have with you to determine the best river cruise company to put you on.
Actually, I looked up how many cruise ship companies there are on the Rhine River alone, and there are 20 companies. And in the summer season, between April and October, there are 300 river boat departures on the Rhine River alone. So there really is something for everyone in that market. The holiday market river cruises typically begin sailing in late November. Many of the markets close right before Christmas, but there are also Christmas and New Year's cruises on the rivers as well. One thing I know you definitely want to mention, Lisa, is about booking early. How far out?
Yes, especially because the Christmas market season is such a short season. And especially in light of what we've just experienced over this last year. I know if you're like me, I have a lot of pent up demand for where I want to go. So if it is something that you think in the future, you may want to consider, possibly even for next season, hopefully it will be open again, but, starting to look at it now and starting to, map out your plan. The nice thing is that there are a lot of relaxed policies out there. My one fear is if you wait, we won't find the availability. So it's just something for the future for you to think about.
So now we're going to have a quick little geography lesson. I'm a total map person, and when I was looking at some of these markets that we will be visiting here shortly, I kind of was just curious where they were. A lot of these markets are along this main river. The Rhine, the Main, and the Danube rivers create one watercourse between the North Sea and the Black Sea. It's 2,200 miles long, passes through 15 countries, and unites hundreds of inland ports. There are a few other rivers that also have holiday market river cruises that we will look at tonight as well. I'm going to, I was going to say most of these river cruises cover a portion of this main watercourse, but you can actually go on a cruise from the North Sea to the Black Sea, and it would take you about 27 days. So I'll break up this long map into shorter sections. This is the Rhine River. Tonight we will visit holiday markets in Cologne, Strasbourg, France, Basel, I think it's Basel, Switzerland. And then there's the Moselle River, which kind of branches off of that, and there are markets along there as well. We will visit Trier tonight. This is a map of the upper Danube River. This cruise itinerary starts in Prague, which we will visit tonight, and we'll also visit Budapest, And we already talked about Nuremberg and Vienna. And this is a map of the lower Danube River. I have to admit, I really didn't know a lot of these cities that were on this map here. So I guess that should be one maybe I go on someday to learn these places. So now I have a short video from Uniworld about their holiday market cruises. It gives you an overview of what a Christmas market cruise would be like.
Uniworld's Grand River Holiday Market Cruises. This winter, begin a new tradition. Embrace all the holiday sights, sounds, and tastes where many of the customs we celebrate today got their start, in the heart of Europe. Now, you can be a part of these delightful celebrations as you sail aboard the luxurious Grand River cruise ships of Uniworld. You'll be charmed by the festive atmosphere. Centuries-old streets beautifully decorated. Enchanting places with holiday cheer, where the sounds of school children and songs like Silent Night linger in the crisp winter air. On the glassy waters of some of Europe's most famous rivers, you'll cruise from one festive celebration to the next. Amid the fun and excitement of the European holiday season, you'll enjoy the convenience of unpacking only once. No busy highways, no checking into yet another hotel. Your Uniworld ship often docks in the heart of town. Step ashore and enjoy. You're always just a short stroll to delightful city squares like Nuremberg, where Germany's oldest Christmas market dates back to 1628. Traditional handicrafts are plentiful. The scent of gingerbread, cinnamon, and roasting chestnuts fill the air. Stop for a moment to enjoy a sip of Gluhwein, the traditional hot-spiced wine. Get an intimate view of the sights and sounds with an optional excursion as local guides lead you along fascinating side streets to unspoiled gems that will delight your senses. Explore landmarks like Cologne's spectacular Gothic cathedral, Siegfried's Museum of Mechanical Musical Instruments, or ornate Baroque cathedrals, such as the one in Passau, housing the largest church pipe organ in Europe. And enjoy special events like wine tasting in a 17th century wine cellar, attending a Mozart and Strauss concert, or learning how to make gingerbread. No matter which holiday cruise you choose, you'll travel in style on board our luxurious floating hotels. As you wind your way through the tranquil European winter countryside, you'll be treated to a magnificent lobby, intimate lounges, and elegant dining room, all adorned with whimsical holiday decor. In your stateroom, you'll find the finest amenities to keep you cozy. And at every turn, friendly faces are there to ensure you have everything you need to make your cruise truly memorable. So for a few precious days, the world revolves around you. This holiday season, revel in the fun and festivities of Europe's holiday markets. Travel with the experts, Uniworld. With all the extras we provide, it's not surprising that so many travelers come back to us again and again.
Christmas markets are beautiful. It's been so much fun. I would like to do this again next year.
And Kim, somebody said, and be sure to ask about the complimentary water skiing.
Okay, this is the map of the Elbe River. It also has a river holiday market cruise. This is a real quick little 1-minute video on that.
Join Viking for 10 delightful days to enjoy time-honored traditions along the legendary Elbe River. Your journey begins in Prague, where you'll have 2 overnights to explore the city of 1,000 spires. including the colorful Christmas market, the stunning astronomical clock, and the city's rich Jewish heritage in the Josefov Quarter. Then you're off to Bad Schandau and the soaring rock formation of the Saxon Switzerland region. Up next, beautiful Dresden, often called Florence on the Elbe. Stroll the grounds of the opulent Swinger Palace. Step into the Semper Opera House and enjoy the Striezelmarkt, one of the world's oldest Christmas markets. At Meissen, the skyline is dominated by Albrechtsberg Castle and the Gothic Meissen Cathedral. Just below, you'll find more colorful markets and the chance to learn about handmade Meissen-ware porcelain. In Wittenberg, follow in Martin Luther's footsteps and stroll the festive streets of this quaint town. From Potsdam, you'll take in the elegant Sanssouci Palace, the vision of Prussian King Frederick the Great. Your remarkable Viking journey concludes with an overnight stay in cosmopolitan Berlin, where you'll have time to immerse yourself in this spectacular capital city, its inviting Christmas market, and significant monuments.
Okay, now we have some Christmas market tips for you. Dress warmly and wear good walking shoes and boots, which seems a little obvious, but it is December in Europe and the markets do continue after sundown. So make sure you bring all your winter outerwear. The good part is if you forget a warm hat or gloves, there's probably a solid selection at one of the markets. You'll want to bring cash. While modern day Christmas markets might accept credit cards at some stalls, others stick strictly to the local tender. The hours are limited, so if you're trying to get a jump on the day and think these markets host doorbuster sales, you're in the wrong time zone. Markets don't really get going until late morning to early afternoon, and the shops usually promptly close at around 8:30 at night. That means that you, if you're on a day tour, you're really going to want to plan to make sure you get to the market to do the shopping in the allotted time that they're open. The prices do vary by market. Sought after destinations and well-known markets tend to charge more. So for larger purchases, you might want to consult your cruise concierge or program director for the best information on when and where to buy certain items. A lot of the cruises have nightly pre-port talks to prepare you for what to expect at the next day's market. Keep in mind that bartering is not common in this part of Europe. A pro tip, always go to the markets hungry. From watching those videos, you can tell why. Call it a Christmas miracle, but regardless of how many treats you consume, you never seem to ruin your appetite at a Christmas market. If you see something, buy something. Don't hold out until the very last day to buy your gifts and keepsakes. While many market elements are the same, each market has its own local specialties. But save some spending money for later ports. While it's fun to splurge on some must-haves, don't run through your Christmas market fun halfway through your cruise. Okay, now we're going to visit a few more markets in Germany. The first one is Trier, which is Germany's oldest town. It's along the Moselle River. At the Trier Christmas market, you will find 95 festively decorated wooden huts offering a great variety of Christmas articles ranging from Christmas decorations, wooden toys, candles, hand-blown or engraved glassware, gifts, and ceramics. Culinary delicacies include local wines and traditional German dishes and desserts, such as bratwurst, potato pancakes, gingerbread, and pastries. And they also will have hot tea and Gluhwein to keep you warm as you listen to Christmas carols played by brass bands and trumpeters. And now we go to I think it's Leipzig. You know, I should have chosen these.
Greg, you might want to unmute Greg. He's pronouncing it.
Oh, he is?
Yes.
Can you unmute him?
If you're from Saxony, you say Leipzig.
Leipzig. Leipzig.
If you are from other parts of Germany, you say Leipzig.
Oh, okay.
And then also there was a comment that temperatures are usually above freezing during the Advent season.
Oh,
And then also somebody just commented where Bach taught and was buried.
where what now?
Where Bach
Oh, Bach.
taught and was buried.
Oh, okay. Maybe we should ask how many people have been on these river cruises already. I'm just curious.
Or even visited the cities.
Yeah, true. So I'm not saying that word again of the city. I'll just call it the city. Prides itself with the second oldest Christmas market in Germany, a tradition that dates back to 1458. Located in front of the Old Town Hall, which is in the city's historic center, the market greets visitors with over 250 glowing stalls full of fascinating holiday gifts, local arts and crafts, and delicious foods. It's a magical place bursting with culture, history, and traditions, where the festive atmosphere is maintained by trumpet, fanfares, and Christmas concerts performed by the St. Thomas Boys Choir. This market is also home to the world's largest freestanding Advent calendar, which is another German tradition, and a 125-foot high Ferris wheel. The popular Christmas song, Silent Night, first found its fame in this city. Now we move on to Cologne, which is along the Rhine River. This is a great place to be at Christmas time, as it has 7 markets to choose from, each with a different theme. One of these is a small little floating market set on a riverboat, selling mainly Christmas tree trinkets. But the prettiest market is set around the Cologne Cathedral, which is about a 10-minute walk from the riverbank. Set before the Gothic backdrop of the Cologne Cathedral and under the largest Christmas tree in all of the Rhine is the biggest and most popular Christmas market in Cologne. Explore its glittering wooden pavilions to find handmade gifts, including wood carvings, tree decorations, and soaps. Cologne claims to be the most popular Christmas market city in all of Germany, with around 5 million visitors each year. Okay. This, to me, I think is my favorite picture. You'll be hard pressed to find a more beautiful Christmas market than this one in the storybook Bavarian town of, I think it's Rutenburg. Rutenburg. It's located halfway between Frankfurt and Munich. It's called Germany's Christmas capital. It is known for its medieval setting, a walled city that has been left largely untouched for hundreds of years. Smack in the middle of the well-preserved city is their Christmas market with guided torchlight walks and ancient German pastries and a year-round German Christmas museum. A local specialty that shouldn't be missed is the Schneeball or snowball. Looks like that. How good does that look? It's made from strips of sweet dough, fried and covered with powdered sugar or chocolate.
And just a tidbit, if people didn't know this, Greg commented, Ursula grew up 30 minutes from Rothenburg.
Oh, no kidding.
And
Wow.
then
Yes.
another person from the previous slide where you were talking about Cologne said any time of the year, not only Christmas time.
Yes. Before we leave Germany and move on to other markets around the world, let's talk about the tradition of the German nutcracker. Nutcrackers were seen in many homes in the eastern part of Germany in the late 17th century. This was a mining region, and during the long winter months, the men spent their time making wooden products for the family. It was tradition that a nutcracker in the window kept the family safe from evil spirits and danger. Nutcrackers became increasingly popular thanks to the Nutcracker ballet production, which was first performed in December of 1892 in St. Petersburg, Russia. Since the late 1960s, the Nutcracker is now performed by countless ballet companies, becoming a favorite holiday tradition and helped make the Nutcracker dolls a Christmas decoration. I was just wondering if there's anyone out there who attends the Nutcracker as part of their annual holiday tradition. Any response?
Not yet. I'll read it if it comes up. Oh,
Okay.
Ursula raised her hand, so that means she has.
Okay. Next, we will visit Prague in the Czech Republic. Prague Christmas markets are open every day from late November to early January, including Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and New Year's Day, which is a bit different from some of the other ones. There are two main markets that are held within 5 minutes of walk of each other. There are also several smaller markets. Christmas markets are a key ingredient of the festive magic in the Czech Republic, and the Prague markets are the most impressive in the country. They light up in the city, bringing locals and tourists together in a true winter wonderland setting. The Prague Christmas markets consist of brightly decorated wooden huts stocked with local handicrafts and traditional Christmas treats. Among the many items on display are ceramics, jewelry, embroidered lace, wooden toys, scented candles, Christmas tree ornaments, hats and gloves, and puppets and dolls dressed in traditional costume.
And Kim, somebody did respond. Their daughters have a friend who performs in the Orlando Ballet's Nutcracker production this year.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, is it still going on this year?
Maybe in
Good.
Florida, I think everything
Oh,
is.
Florida. Yeah,
Yeah.
Everything's going on in Florida. Okay, we're going to move on to Budapest, Hungary, which is located on the Danube. Feast on typical Hungarian dishes such as sausages and stews, as well as sweet funnel cakes and drinks. There are over 100 stalls in the square with local trinkets, craft workshops, children's puppet shows, and much more to explore, including a skating rink. It's no wonder so many people consider this one of the best European Christmas markets. Okay, did you say it was Basel?
Yeah, that's how I pronounce it. But
Basel, Switzerland, overlooks the Rhine River. Its Christmas market is spread across 3 sites. The largest is in the Old Town. One is located in front of the historic cathedral in one of the most beautiful squares. And a smaller market is right on the bank of the Rhine. Over 180 traders and artisans have goods for sale in small rustic wooden chalets that make Christmas shopping an absolute joy. Items include jewelry, folk crafts, and textiles, including items from Asia and Russia. Now we're going to travel to Italy. We will start with an Italian folklore, the Christmas witch named, oh, I was all prepared to say that, now I'm not. La Buvena, I believe is how you say it. This is what she looks like. She's a little scary. That's why I didn't give her her own slide. She is said to be old, ugly, and wears bad clothes because she is the symbol for the old year which has ended. Some say she accompanied the wise men on their way to baby Jesus on the Epiphany. So she sneaks into homes on the eve of the Epiphany, which is celebrated on the 6th of January, and she fills children's stockings with sweets if they've been good, and stockings full of coal if they haven't. So we have Italy to thank for the tradition of leaving a lump of coal for naughty children.
And
another fun fact, whereas we might leave cookies for Santa and carrots for his reindeer on Christmas Eve, and people in the UK leave carrot for Rudolph and mince pie for Father Christmas on Christmas Eve, some Italian families will leave a glass of wine and some food for this witch, La Buvena.
Greg said he thinks she was his date in college.
Oh my gosh. Okay, Christmas markets in Italy are both popular with the locals and visitors from all over the world. The markets are not as numerous or on the same grand scale as a network of markets in Germany. Nevertheless, a visit to an Italian Christmas market is one to remember, especially the amazing Christmas markets in the Italian Alps. The Italians pride themselves on the elaborate crib and nativity scenes on display at many Christmas markets. As with any Christmas market, the stall holders will have mouth-watering displays of local food and drink, plus, of course, the usual array of locally manufactured season gift items. Milan, Italy's central square gets filled with over 60 huts selling traditional Christmas gifts and crafts such as decorations, ornaments for Christmas trees, nativity cribs, the stockings for the witch, and a vast variety of food delicacies from various regions. The festive Milan Christmas market displays tradition, modern culture, and taste. There are day trips that you can take from Milan to visit some of the best Christmas markets in the north of Italy in the Alps. First, we have Bolzano in the German-speaking part of Italy. Their market has 90 stalls and a smaller market dedicated for children. Then we have Aosta. Main square is transformed into an alpine Christmas wonderland with lights, decorations, Christmas trees, and local products and food for sale. That's a beautiful picture right there. And then we have Murano, is the site of one of the region's most popular markets. Thousands of visitors flock to the center, where the colorful wooden stands display products and Christmas decorations for the home, along with traditional local delicacies like ginger cookies and baked cinnamon apples. Enjoy the tastings of Christmas tea made with orange peel and clove, as well as chorus and music performances, all in a very relaxed atmosphere. They also have a beautiful nativity scene. Rome has 7 Christmas markets throughout the city. The most famous and oldest market in the city dates back to 1860. It's a real tradition, one that is most awaited in heart-filled events for the Romans, who annually crowd into the square. All around you, there's the smell of spices and sweets, roast chestnuts, and candy floss will bring you to a magical and family-friendly atmosphere. Ancient fountains and statues surround the square and are decorated with fairy lights and wooden crib scenes. There's also plenty of live music. And we move on to Brussels. For 5 festive, fun-filled weeks, the cobbled streets and pretty squares of Brussels spring to life with Winter Wonders, a 1.2-mile-long stretch of 200 traditional wooden stalls, buzzing bars, and pop-up restaurants. Over 2.5 million visitors visit Winter Wonders each year. Browse the market for last-minute stocking fillers, get a bird's eye view from the top of the Ferris wheel, or take a spin on the merry-go-round as the sweet, spicy scent of waffles, check those out, and Gluhwein drifts through the chilly air. They also have sound and light shows in Brussels. Christmas celebrations start early in the Netherlands and other parts of Belgium as Sinterklaas, that is Saint Nick, arrives by boat on the last Saturday in November. Sinterklaas doesn't live in the North Pole like Santa Claus or Father Christmas, though. For those in the Netherlands, he comes from Spain, which I thought was curious. There's a rumor that if children have been naughty, they will be taken back to Spain on the boat with Sinterklaas. Sinterklaas travels the Netherlands and Belgium dressed in red bishop robes. He also doesn't ride in a sleigh like Father Christmas or Santa Claus. Instead, he travels on a white horse called a marigot. When he arrives, children leave a shoe out for him with a carrot and hay for his horse. Children usually get their presents on the evening of December 6th, which is known as Sinterklaas Eve. Okay, now I pronounce this, I looked it up, Krakow. Krakow. Christmas market is a huge annual success. The largest in Poland, it attracts visitors from around the world. The main market square, located in the middle of the old town, is always lively, but becomes even more festive with carriage rides, Christmas decorations, and the smell of Gluhwein. Discover beautiful Polish Christmas traditions like Christmas carols sung by performers on the market square and sample authentic Polish bites to eat. A real highlight is the famous Krakow Christmas Crib Contest. Check these out. It's a unique folk tradition which has been held annually in the city at the beginning of December since the 19th century. These cribs are something of a cross between a nativity scene, a gingerbread house, and a dollhouse. They're very unique structures. They more resemble colorful castles or cathedrals than cribs. Scandinavia is no exception to the festive tradition of Christmas markets, and each year dozens of great Christmas markets take place throughout Denver, Sweden, Finland, and Norway. Some are major tourist attractions in the central cities, while others are small traditional country markets at the local farmsteads. Helsinki, Finland dubs itself the Christmas city, and in true Finnish fashion, the city even opens a free outdoor Christmas sauna for everyone to enjoy. The market takes place in the city center with 120 stalls vending festive food, drink, decorations, and gifts. This is such a beautiful, beautiful picture of Reykjavik. Did I say that right? I hope
Yes,
I
you
did.
did.
All right. I mean, this is not of the market, but it was just so beautiful. I just had to throw it in there. Up until recently, Christmas markets in Iceland were not very popular. The population was just too small to make regular markets thrive. But with the surge of tourism, and especially surge in the winter tourism, there are suddenly enough people milling around to make the Christmas markets thrive. One tradition for Iceland is to wait until Christmas Eve meal is finished before the children are allowed to open their presents. Iceland has 13 Father Christmases called Yule lads. These mischievous characters are said to live in the mountains and visit towns one by one in the 13 days leading up to Christmas. Children leave shoes out for the Yule lads, who will leave presents in them if they've been good, or rotten potatoes if they've been bad. It is also tradition in Iceland that everyone must receive a new piece of clothing for Christmas. This brings up a question. I'm curious to know if people exchange gifts on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. We do both. We have my husband's family on Christmas Eve and my family on Christmas Day.
Some Christmas Eve, some Christmas Day, both Christmas Day.
Yeah. Okay, now we're going to move on to France, to Strasbourg, which is along the Rhine River. It's known as the capital of Christmas in France, and it hosts the oldest Christmas market in France, dating back to 1570. The market hosts over 300 wooden stalls spread around different squares of the city. Explore local crafts, regional produce, and traditional Christmas decorations, wooden toys, and blown glass candles. Next up, we have Metz, France. Metz is located about a 2.5-hour drive northwest of Strasbourg. The Christmas market in Metz is one of the largest and most visited in France, welcoming 2 million people a year. The market is spread over 5 sites throughout the city, and it includes a Ferris wheel, a gourmet market, and an open-air ice rink. Look in the back there where the cathedral is. That just shows how spread out some of these markets are. That's pretty far away, and it's all market in between where this picture was shot and back by where the cathedral is. Okay, I'm thinking that you pronounce this Montbéliard.
Montbéliard.
Montbéliard is about a 2-hour drive southwest of Strasbourg. Christmas market is visited by 500,000 visitors. During the time of Advent, the market has 170 stalls full of authentic and high quality items, delicious French food, a variety of arts and crafts, music, and choral singing. And now we're moved on to Paris. Paris has several Christmas markets throughout the city, and Paris is also the start and end point to another Christmas market cruise along the Seine River, I have a very short little video showing us Paris and the river cruise.
Maybe we should skip that. We're at the top of the hour, Kim.
Oh my gosh.
I
Yeah,
want to be mindful of everybody's time.
okay. This is Madrid. This is Madrid. Christmas music, wonderful smells. One of the biggest Christmas markets in Spain. It has 104 booths selling everything from figurines for nativity scenes to handmade toys and small joke items. They have a bit of a crazy tradition. It's the Christmas log that the children take care of. And I'm not joking when I say that they take care of these Christmas logs for the month of December, and then they hope that they defecate gifts out at the end of the period, which I was like, huh. We'll quickly move on to England. Talk about mistletoe, which actually is one of the traditions that is affiliated with Christmas and started in England. And then we have the Christmas tree was brought over to England. Let's see, Queen Victoria, she was married to the German Prince Albert, and they had a Christmas tree. And in 1846, they illustrated London News had a picture of them standing around the Christmas tree. That's the picture on the left. And notice there's an angel on top of the tree. Queen Victoria was very popular with her subjects, and whatever she did at court immediately became fashionable, not only in Britain, but also in America. The picture on the right is this year's Christmas tree in St. George's Hall in Windsor Castle. There's also one other little tradition that's interesting. Norway always gifts a Christmas tree to the UK every year as a thank you for helping Norway during World War II. The tree always stands in Trafalgar Square in London. All right, I'm gonna go quick through here. We'll look at just quickly look at their markets in London. Really pretty market there in Winchester, in Bath, Manchester. And that basically concludes the European part of the markets. So during our flight back to the United States, we have a couple things to tell you about. You want to go ahead and talk about the survey quick?
Yeah, so we, over the past about 6 months ago, and then just recently, we sent out a survey to kind of get a feel for where people are at and how they're feeling during this, really uncertain time. And so we had several people that did participate in our survey, which we did a drawing yesterday, and we would like to announce our gift certificate winner, and that person is Marcia Block. I don't think she's on the call, so I'll have to call her. But if you want to take the survey, we would be very interested in hearing from you as far as where you're at, what you would maybe like to see down the road when you feel safe to travel. But we can send as a follow-up the link to the survey, and if you want to take that, please feel free to do so. And then the other thing that we're doing, because travel has been so uncertain this past year, for those people who you may be thinking that, you're not sure what to get them, but they like to travel, we do have travel gift certificates. And for every $500 you spend in a gift certificate, we will give you an additional $50.
And one last thing we do want to say, if you do not follow us on social media, we hope you do follow us. We are most actively on Instagram, Facebook, and we also have a ladies group, Ladies with Latitude Facebook page. Starting on Christmas Day, we're going to have the 12 days of Christmas, and we'll have this on our social media pages, talking about 12 destinations around the world that you might want to visit in the future. And that probably wraps up our webinar because we kind of are going over time.
So thank you for hanging in there with us. But before we go, are there any questions that anyone has in regards to anything that you've seen? Or the other thing, if you want to type it in the box now, that the destinations that you would like for us to do virtually in the future. We'll give some people some time to type here. Just a couple minutes. And if not, once again, thank you everyone for joining us. We wish you happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah. However you celebrate your holiday, know that you have a special place in our heart, and we thank you for joining us. So I don't see any questions. If you do have questions and you think of them later, please feel free to reach out to our office. We're happy to always answer any questions that you might have, or if you have an idea you'd like to share with us, we would love to hear from you. So, feel free to reach out to us at the office or email us, and we'll be here to assist you in any way we can. So Kim, thank you very much for sharing all of these different destinations and the traditions. I appreciate that. And everybody have a wonderful evening. Thanks for joining us.